Man, what's a big turnoff you see from women in the dating scene today? Story 1. Showing minimum effort while expecting maximum results. Like the ones on dating apps who have lazy or near-empty bios, but yet expect men to make detailed and engaging starters with them. Also not asking their matches any questions or try to get to know them at all through text and still expecting to be asked out on a date. Someone replied, "When it comes to dating apps, I get contacted by a lot of women from third world countries." Someone else replied, "Scammers. Basically, the app wants your money from monthly subscriptions. OFs also want your money for their content, and scammers pretending to be models from across the world want your money." Some dating apps will use fake bots of attractive women to like a man who hasn't subbed to their monthly subscription yet to bait him into buying it so he can see who likes him, and message back to the fake bots, but gave those fake bots ghost him as soon as he pays a subscription. I saw this on Plenty of Fish. As a man online, it seems like everyone just wants your money, including the dating app itself, and there are so many OnlyFans models on it saying, "Don't talk on here often, add me on Instagram instead," because linking their OFs in their bio gets them a perma-ban. Some models will actually talk to you to fake interest as a way to try and bait you into their OnlyFans, which is fucked up because they are leading those men on. Good luck. Hope you find a nice woman, but online dating is mostly just about draining as much money out of a man as they can. Story 2. Attitude is easily the biggest turnoff for me. I don't want to handle you. A relationship isn't supposed to be people stress testing each other. Story 3. Seems like every woman is so focused on judging their date, and if she can envision a future with him, that she forgets to put on her best act and actually give him a reason to want to be with her. So many first dates with women who don't smile, talk about themselves, or try even the slightest amount of being flirty or romantic. They act like they're shopping for a car. Every date feels like a one-sided interview. Nothing feels organic. Someone replied, "It really does." I've long felt like a first date is a job interview where I have to impress my prospective employer. And just like a job interview, the pressure to perform makes you seem stiff and awkward. When if you were relaxed, the whole date would be a lot more fun and have a better flow to it. This is why I'm a big believer in having a drink for the first date. Look, I understand that women are wary of that as a first date. They think maybe you're trying to get them drunk, and that's a valid concern. But having a drink or two makes people feel more relaxed, and being more relaxed makes the date better. Story 4. Transactional relationships. It's not specific to women, but the general dating scene. Someone replied, "TBH, I'm noticing this more with family than anything else." Story 5. Honestly, the whole make me laugh kind of attitude sucks. Also, the "I like to travel" girls are the worst and most shallow husks of human flesh I've ever met, usually. Other than that, I really just hate having to do 90% plus of the lifting when it comes to conversations and progressing the relationship. These are by far the most common themes in bios. Also, passenger princess is becoming common too. Story 6. The man has to be perfect in attitude. The last woman I dated, I was not allowed to have a bad day. She could bitch and moan all the time, especially about politics, which I hated but tolerated because she was kind of cute. She felt she was free to unload whenever she wanted. If I had a bad day at work, I couldn't even mention a word of it without being called soft, sensitive, soft or sensitive because I expressed myself that John was an asshole instead of holding it in. Or even, I have my own shit. If I didn't have a smile on it was, "What's your problem?" I've seen this as other women too that I hadn't dated. I shouldn't have to be all happy every second just to please you because you're not. Edit. Because it goes with the above. Just being insulting for ridiculous reasons. If you're early in dating, getting to know someone, insults shouldn't be part of the picture, no matter how minor, because they get bigger later. That counts for jokes too. Half the time I'm joking is just because she got caught at insulting someone. Someone replied, "Similar experience here." I had a GF who developed some serious mental health issues around year 3 of the relationship. I'm talking PTSD, psychosis, extreme alcoholism, etc. I was doing everything I could to support her, even drove her to and from work after she drunkenly totaled her car, and we worked opposite shifts, so I was barely getting any sleep. But then a time came when I got a little depressed for a month or two. It's not my job to fix you, be your therapist, or whatever she said. Brought it up in our big breakup argument about how unwilling she was to provide even the smallest amount of support for me, despite everything I did for her. And of course, the response was, wow, I can't believe you'd use that against me. Story 7, I can only speak about specifics based on my general area and age. Mid-30s in my case are interesting because I seem to be attracting many more women being a bachelor now than I have 5, 10, or 15 years ago. With that, I am rather stumped by level of entitlement I've seen so far. I am apparently supposed to say yes immediately because reasons. I've written about few situations before. I've even outright rejected a woman after the date in the nicest possible way. Next day, I got messages from 3 different people telling me that she is willing to give me a second chance. Fascinating. Story 8. It's mostly online. The whole boss babe attitude where they look down on other women as lesser than them and think all men are bad people. That attitude. Thankfully, I never meet these types of women in person, only online. The nasty ones who say men are intimidated by a strong, independent woman instead of realizing they are just a rude, obnoxious jerk that no one really wants to be around. The female equivalent to the red pill alpha bros, who also think everyone from their own sex are lesser than them and say dumb things about the opposite sex. So essentially, the woman version of them, the same type of people, just different sex. Story 9. Red flag culture is absurd. One red flag and they're out, which basically, they're looking for the perfect man. Add in the whole manifesting the guy you deserve, and everyone get to stay single. Story 10. Astrology in their bio. It's fine if it's a fun thing you do as a hobby, but if it's in your bio, it's your personality, and you use it to avoid accountability. Story 11. OnlyFans ghosting. 0 effort messaging, no responses, Instagram links, Cash App links, not verified identity, catfishing, no individuality, not open-minded, etc. This stems from the dating apps mostly. Story 12. Stuck on their phones. I know this is going to make me sound old. I'm OBLE 25, so hear me out. My buddy recently got married. I moved far away from my home country, so I had only met this girl once and haven't formed an opinion of her yet. Me and my girl fly 12 hours and stay 2 weeks for the wedding. Every single time, and I do me every time, his wife is on her phone. For example, the day after we landed, we planned to meet up for dinner, just the 4 of us. There we are sitting around the table, a nice restaurant by the beach. Me and my buddy catching up, and my girlfriend joins us and tells stupid stories. His wife-to-be playing Pokemon Go. Will respond and talk if you talk to her, but won't look up from her phone to do so. Thought maybe she just doesn't like me. Nope, she likes that with everyone. In group settings, she will seek me or my girlfriend out to tell us something, then proceed to take her phone out and talk while starting at her screen. God, I'm glad girlfriend hates social media. Story 13. Ridiculous expectations from a guy. They want this young, super successful, wealthy, athletic, model, asshole, but caring man, who will tolerate their laziness, lack of ambition, 49er because society has told her she deserves all these attributes from a man without bringing anything to relationship. Story 14. How tall are you? Tall enough to see how shallow you are. Next. Story 15. Unable to flirt or even show interest. Not being able to enjoy a date and work off her checklist. Pre-assume the worst of you because she has had bad experiences with somebody. I'm strong and independent. I can do everything alone. I don't need anyone. Sure, that concludes today's stories. If you like stories like these, please make sure to like and subscribe for more. If you have any opinions on these stories, let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you all enjoyed today's story time, and I hope to hear from you all soon.